So if you've been using VEO3 and Google Flow, you may have noticed it's kind of difficult to get the same voice, same characters, everything to stay consistent, right? And this would be like an example of Bigfoot promoting one of our products and actually wearing it. But I'm also going to be showing you how to just carry forward the scenes. You know, instead of it being 8-second clips like it normally is, we can actually build out inside of SceneBuilder fast, effective, affordable, and we can build out entire videos without going into video editors. So we can build out the entire story, keep the characters the same. Here's an example that I made, a Shopify store that we have, and we have some hoodies that we're selling, some hats, and Bigfoot is actually promoting the deal. And so here's what the video looks like. I pay special attention to the fact that the characters stay consistent, the voices stay consistent, and then I'm going to show you exactly how to do this yourself.
Yeah, honestly, I was insecure and didn't wear a lot of clothes until I found sci-fi heaven. Now I express myself proudly, no matter who's watching.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Okay, and tell me, Mr. Bigfoot, now that you are public, will we see you on any late night shows, and will you be wearing pants too?
Great question, Nancy. Well, I got a buy two, get one free deal, so who knows? Maybe you'll see more of me wearing funny hoodies.
Well, there you have it, folks. Bigfoot's real, and he's got a message for the world. Buy two and get a free hoodie today, only at Sci-Fi Heaven.
Obviously, we put a little bit of humor in there as well, but the idea behind this is it'd be a more entertaining paid or an organic post that would just reach more people because it has some humorous elements in it, and because we're using the power of AI video. Whereas in the past with my print-on-demand businesses, I would not have been able to create an ad like this. Maybe if I paid someone to get into a Bigfoot suit or something and then I paid an actor, but obviously that's a lot more cost prohibitive than just paying a few dollars to create the AI-generated version of this. 2025, it's possible. It still kind of blows my mind that we can even do this. But let me show you how we were able to actually accomplish this. So I'm going to generate a new scene with you. It's going to be a similar concept where, you know, he's promoting our print-on-demand products, but I'm going to generate a new scene from scratch so that you can see the process. And I just want to quickly mention too that yes, I put in 4 clips here, but if we wanted to, we could continue extending this out, make it longer, or of course we could delete some of these scenes and make it shorter. But I'm gonna start a new actual scene so that we can start from scratch and go step by step together. So I have a new project started here inside of Google Flow. And the idea behind this is that we're gonna go ahead and switch this to frames to video. And then for the first frame, we actually need to upload a reference. This would be if they're going to be wearing our product. So I generated another image of Bigfoot in the news setting, like newscast setting, and he's wearing one of our products. So you would get a mock-up with like ChatGPT. Here in ChatGPT, all I basically did was work with it to generate this image. I had to go through a few iterations to get it to this point. I wasn't quite happy with it, but I like this one. And I will give you these prompts inside of a free Google Doc in the description below. But you can generate these images by simply uploading a photo of your product. You could also use an existing mock-up, a customer review photo, a photo that you've taken, whatever input you want to give it, you can. But I recommend, you know, if possible, if you already have ChatGPT, you could simply generate it here, download this, and then you can use it as the first frame to actually create the scene. Now, you don't have to necessarily use frames to video. If you want to, you can start with text to video, and then you'll basically just do the same process, but you're not going to be starting with an initial image. So for anyone wanting to start with that initial image, do frames to video, double check that your settings are set to 2 outputs and VEO3 fast. When it comes to the subscription package, Google Flow gets a bad rap. You know, a lot of people say that it's too expensive, but you can actually get a month for free to try it out. And then you can also pay $20 a month to get about 2,000 credits, I believe. Last I checked, it was about 2,000 a month. And so from there, you can buy additional credits if you need them. But honestly, if you're using VEO3 fast and you're using the methods that I teach on my channel, you really shouldn't be burning through that many credits. And if you are burning through a lot of credits and you're not getting the result that you want, let me know what types of prompts you're using in the comments below. I'll give my feedback and maybe see if there's something that I can help you with there. But frames to video, make sure you're on VEO3 fast. And then I'm going to go ahead and upload that photo that we just generated in ChatGPT. Now we can crop this. We could try cropping this in a bit. The problem is we start to cut off our characters, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave it like it was, and these black bars are going to be on the side. This is because the image that we generated in ChatGPT wasn't quite a 16:9 format. It wasn't quite big enough, but that's okay. We're just going to have some black bars on the sides, not a big deal. Go ahead and crop and save, and you'll know that it's successfully saved and everything. You'll see it pop up down here as a first frame. And then I like to just use simple prompting. I've tried out complex prompts, I've tried out the JSON prompting, I've tried out a lot of different things, and what I've found works best for most scenarios is to simply allow the AI to fill in the details. If I provide a photo, I'm already giving it the visual references that I want in this. And then on top of that, I'm not going to restrict it in the prompt. I'm going to let it have a little bit more creative freedom when it comes to prompting. I think it'd be kind of funny if Bigfoot laughs and says, "Hey everyone, thanks for having me on today. I have a big announcement and you can probably guess what it is." I think this will create a little bit of curiosity at the beginning of our video, whether we are posting this organically to TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, wherever we're actually going to post this, or if we're using it as a paid advertisement for Facebook ads. You guys know from my past videos, helped dozens of clients with their Facebook ads, scale those up over the past 5 years. And this is what's kind of working right now. We're seeing a lot of AI creatives actually working a lot better when it comes to these paid advertisements. So this is a fun way for us to go ahead and create some curiosity and maybe get people pulled into the video through the first few seconds. This is called the hook, in case maybe you're just getting into marketing or content creation. But we're trying to create an interesting hook to kind of pull people in. Let's go ahead and hit send on this, and that's all that we need to do to actually generate this clip. And here are the 2 video clips that we got back. Both of them turned out pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and just play the one that I felt was a little bit better and that we're gonna move forward with.
Hey everyone, Bigfoot here. Thanks for having me on today. I have a big announcement to make. You probably already know what it is.
And that's all there is to it. So again, it can only generate about 7 to 8 second clips at a time. If you want to make this longer and you want to continue the story and we want to keep everything consistent, the best way to do this is to now click on add to scene for the clip that we want to go ahead and start with. Now, this is where we get to extend this clip further. So if I move the white bar here down at the bottom that I'm moving with my mouse, I can move this all the way to the end of the clip. Then I can capture a frame as an asset. It says save frame as asset. So if I click here, we can put it back in to VEO3 as the first frame. It does that automatically. Then we can put in another simple prompt. So now the news anchor might be responding to what Bigfoot just said. So she might be saying something like this. Okay, this prompt, I thought I would go kind of again with maybe some more humor. So it says, the woman on the right says, "Welcome to Channel 9 News, Bigfoot. It's an honor to meet you. I have no idea why you're here. You just kind of walked in and sat down." And so we're just going to make it kind of seem like Bigfoot just kind of invited himself into this broadcasting. And so anyway, again, we're just trying to kind of keep the viewer's attention, trying to carry the story forward. And the important details here is that we're actually able to keep the same characters, multiple characters, the same scene, the same environment. And it's pretty seamless when it comes to actually stitching together each frame inside of SceneBuilder. The other thing I included was this down here. It says no captions. This just helps ensure that we're not accidentally generating captions, because sometimes that will happen. And typically the more complex prompts will bring out those captions, and the simpler prompts or the ones that have the negative prompt no captions, they typically will not have as many issues with the captions popping up when they shouldn't. So now we're going to go ahead and send this in, and we should get back a clip that is attached to the end of our first clip, and now it should be extended out and basically 2 clips put together. So normally, if you've seen one of my other videos, we would be taking this into CapCut. We would be trying to piece together each clip. But with this method, it's actually a lot easier. We don't need to go over and use another tool, another video editor. We can just do all of that right here. And here's what it looks like all together so that you can see the transition.
Hey everyone, Bigfoot here. Thanks for having me on today. I have a big announcement to make. You probably already know what it is.
Welcome to Channel 9 News, Bigfoot. It's an honor to meet you. I have no idea why you're here, and you just walked in and sat down.
Okay, so it's not bad. Honestly, it looks pretty good. This part, it keeps the characters the same, keeps the dialogue the same. It's pretty seamless, and it's a lot easier than trying to generate these individually. So if we wanted to remove the pause that was right here, because that was another thing that I thought kind of felt like it lost its momentum whenever there was a pause there, we could actually adjust it right here in SceneBuilder by clicking on the clip, and we can just shorten the end of this one and then click on this clip, and we can shorten the beginning of this one. And I think that'll give us a more seamless transition between clips. Let's just go ahead and take a look.
I have a big announcement to make. You probably already know what it is.
Welcome to Channel 9 News, Bigfoot.
I'm going to shorten this one just a bit more. So I'm grabbing the bar, moving it to the right, and that takes away some of the beginning of this clip. Let's watch it one more time.
Thanks for having me on today. I have a big announcement to make. You probably already know what it is.
Welcome to Channel 9 News, Bigfoot. It's an honor to meet you. I have no idea why you're here, and you just walked in and sat down.
Okay, I like that. It looks good. And so there are also 2 options here on the side. You can see that it generates 2 videos at a time still, but they're going to appear over here on the right-hand side over here. And so if you wanted to switch between clips, you just click on the one that you want to be active, and that's the one that's going to display inside of SceneBuilder. And if you want to, if you need to delete any scenes, you can hit this arrange button right here. And then if you wanted to delete one of these scenes or move the scenes around, you can do that here by pressing arrange. And then this is the delete button. And then you can also pick them up and move them around. So SceneBuilder is definitely getting better than when it first launched. It's finally getting a little bit more useful. I will say that you're going to want to avoid clicking here and then trying to do an extend or jump to. It might be tempting to think that this is the way to create the best scenes, but right now this only really works with VEO 2 and sometimes with VEO 3 quality, not VEO 3 fast. So you're either going to be paying a lot more for this, or the video quality is just going to be terrible because it's going to be VEO 2. So I don't recommend doing extend. I don't recommend doing jump. I recommend dragging to the end of the clip, saving the frame as an asset, and go ahead and generate a video from there. Okay, this one's going to be a bit longer of a prompt because what I want to happen is I want him to have dialogue, but then I also want him to actually point to the hoodie that he's wearing and then pull up the hood over his head. And so let's go ahead and try this out. Again, when it starts getting to be a more complex prompt, sometimes it doesn't quite get it right. And so the idea is we keep repeating this process over and over until we have a completed video and a full story. So I haven't tested this beyond like 2 minutes, but you can keep adding on to this and continually building off of the last frame, just like we've been doing. And whether you're doing this for paid advertisement, organic content, or you're just creating like cinematic stories, this is really useful for continuing to use the same characters, same voices, everything like that. So it's not perfect, but I do think that it's faster, easier, and gives you better outputs than trying to do all text outputs. Use VEO 3 quality, you're gonna be wasting your credits. Just use VEO 3 fast, use frames to video, and use the scene extender.
Well, I just wanted to let everyone know that I tried pretty much every hoodie on earth, and these are the best. Well, I just wanted to let...
So that was actually really good. It did follow our prompt, except it added in a laugh track, which is not something that we asked for, but it kind of just did in the background. So I actually changed the menu from SceneBuilder. So this was where we were at. We were in the SceneBuilder. I changed it over to our main menu here inside of this project, which is just by clicking right up here on the name. And by default, this will just be like a date, but you can hit this little pencil button right here and you can edit the project name. But from this view, we can see the side-by-side clips that we generate in this view and then add to a scene or remove from the scene. So our scene builder is still saved. It's still right here. All we need to do to go back is to click on scene builder. But again, the first generation had that laugh track. It wasn't quite what I was looking for. So all I did was hit reuse prompt and it filled in all of the past information that we filled out for the prompt. And then I'm able to actually go ahead and modify this slightly. For example, I could say no laugh track and send this in again, and it will regenerate this. So I did exactly that. I regenerated the video right here, and this one is way better. It does have some clapping at the beginning, but we can always remove that from the scene. So if I hit add to scene, it's going to go ahead and bring us back to the scene builder, and then it's going to add it to the scene. So let's see what this looks like from start to finish and go ahead and make the necessary trims.
Hey everyone, Bigfoot here. Thanks for having me on today. I have a big announcement to make. You probably already know what it is.
Welcome to Channel 9 News, Bigfoot. It's an honor to meet you. I have no idea why you're here, and you just walked in and sat down.
Well, I just wanted to let everyone know that I tried pretty much every hoodie on earth, and these are the best. And these are the best.
Something that I noticed with that one is that she is actually speaking the line as well. So when Bigfoot's talking, she's actually talking too. So we probably want to actually switch this clip with the other one here. Let's see if this one's better. So I can click right here. It'll switch the clip. And let's see if this one's a little bit better.
Down.
Well, I just wanted to let everyone know that I tried pretty much every hoodie on earth, and these are the best.
Okay, so that was better. It did still kind of have a laugh track and some clapping, but honestly, it's not that bad. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through and clean this up a little bit. For example, remove the very end or the very beginning of some of these clips just to make sure that they're seamless. And then we'll play through it and go ahead and finish it out with a couple more clips. Okay, same thing as last time. All we need to do is go to the end of this clip, come up here to save frame as asset. Some of these didn't even generate audio. It has a tag right here that literally says no audio generated. And the ones that did generate audio, some of them have a lot of like gibberish.
Aunt Ruddy, we're where Fact.
So I don't know exactly what language that is, but it's not exactly what we asked for, right? And so what I did is I modified the prompt slightly a couple more times, and then I ended up with basically a scene where I think we can use at least the second half of this. So let's go ahead and add this to the scene. And then we may need to go ahead and trim up, part of this to remove the gibberish at the beginning. But then like right here when Bigfoot actually puts his hands up and he's going to be shadow boxing, like that's where we can actually clip this by grabbing this bar right here and moving it like right here. And now we should have a pretty seamless clip. Let's see what this looks like here.
I tried pretty much every hoodie on earth, and these are the best.
Well, the whole world is listening. What's the most important thing you have to say to everyone?
Okay, so then that sets him up for the next scene where he's able to actually be like, well, these are buy two, get one free. They're super comfortable. They're super warm. They got all my favorite sci-fi, sayings on them and stuff like that. So this is a perfect example of an ad that's going to be about 30 seconds that, once again, is going to capture attention at the beginning, add in some comedy and a few different things throughout to kind of keep people entertained. And then it's going to land with basically promoting the offer. So pushing people to our Shopify website or to our print-on-demand Etsy store or wherever we're pushing traffic. And again, this could be for a paid advertisement or just for an organic post as well. And there are many, many, many different use cases. I'm sure you'll see plenty of my other videos that go over different ways to create these. There's so many different uses for this. Even if you're just generating a funny story that you're gonna monetize with the YouTube AdSense partnership, you can generate those entire stories here instead of having to create individual clips and try and piece them together inside of a video editor. Now, granted, I will still probably take this over to CapCut and add in some transitions and some improvements to make it even better. But technically speaking, we're getting to the point where we really could just upload it the way that it is if we wanted to. But before we can do that, we got to add in the very last scene, which I call the call to action. So if you're trying to grow a new social media account, your call to action is probably going to be something like comment below and follow. Or if you're trying to sell a hoodie like this, for example, your call to action might be go check out the deal, the buy two get one free deal before it ends. You know, it's this weekend only or today only, something like that. Add in urgency, scarcity, get people to actually take action at the end of your video. Instead of just ending abruptly, actually have the viewer go and do something now that you have their attention. So let's go ahead and add on the final clip here, and then we'll play through it start to finish. And here we go.
Hey everyone, Bigfoot here. Thanks for having me on today. I have a big announcement to make. You probably already know what it is.
Welcome to Channel 9 News, Bigfoot. It's an honor to meet you. I have no idea why you're here, and you just walked in and sat down.
Well, I just wanted to let everyone know that I tried pretty much every hoodie on earth, and these are the best.
Well, the whole world is listening. What's the most important thing you have to say to everyone?
It's simple. If you like funny apparel, you can get a free hoodie when you get any 2 hoodies from Sci-Fi Heaven. Today only, don't miss it.
All right, and that's it. There is a little bit of a thing at the end there where she starts to talk, and so we might want to remove that and polish this up by just clicking on the end of this clip and dragging it back to like right here, and that will remove that last minute expression from her. And otherwise, we could go ahead and just download this by dragging this all the way to the end of the timeline. Right here, it says 32 seconds out of 32 seconds. And we can go ahead and hit this button right here, download this. It's going to export it. And once this is done exporting, we can hit the download button and use this however we want. Now, we can turn this into a vertical video as well inside of CapCut. So I will show you how to do that. To make it look nice as a vertical video, because I know many of you might be trying to run verticals instead of horizontals. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Otherwise, that's pretty much everything for extending out your videos. Let's go into CapCut. I'll show you how to create a vertical out of this. Okay, so you don't have to use CapCut. I just think that they make it really easy to do this. So all we need is to import the video clip that we just exported and downloaded. Go ahead and grab that, drag it to the timeline. And obviously you can make any other modifications in here if you want to. This would be a horizontal video the way that it is right now. But if we go over to aspect ratio right here, we can actually change this to 9:16 and make this a vertical. Now, here is what I would do if I were to post this as a vertical. You have a couple different options. The first option is to actually rotate this like this and go ahead and expand it more like this. So this would be something that shows up on the shorts feed, and they would turn their phone and they would watch it that way. This works for some content better than others. I would say for this content, we probably don't want to do this. So I think that style where it's horizontal across the entire screen can work. But the most common way that you're going to see people doing this is by centering the content like this. You can go ahead and scale it up and down. Go ahead and scale it up to where you're happy with what it looks like. Which you can do that by grabbing these white circles on the corners and moving them back and forth, and then also by the scale button right here. But what we can do is actually just scroll down and click on canvas, and then we can click on blur. And if we do this, it actually creates a blur effect of the video playing behind our main video. So here's what this looks like whenever we're actually viewing it in a vertical format.
I have a big announcement to make. You probably already know what it is.
Welcome to Channel 9 News, Bigfoot. It's an honor to meet you. I have no idea why you're here, and you just walked in and sat down.
Well, I just wanted to let everyone know that I tried pretty much every hoodie on earth, and these are the best.
Well, the whole world is listening. What's the most important thing you have to say to everyone?
Simple. If you like funny apparel, you can get a free hoodie when you get any 2 hoodies from Sci-Fi Heaven. Today only, don't miss it.
Okay, and then it does give us 3 different options here for previews. It shows us what this will look like on TikTok. It shows us what it will look like on YouTube Shorts by putting these like overlays over the top. Shows us what this is going to look like on someone's phone when they're actually watching it. And so again, if you were to have this, horizontal this way and stretch it out this way, you might pay attention to like where the buttons are and stuff like that. So just something to consider. Let's go ahead and Command Z, which does undo. If you want to do undo, you can also press this button right here, but I like the shortcut Command Z on MacBook. So if you want to turn those previews off, just hit this button right here, hit none, and those previews will disappear completely. But this is how I would do the vertical video, would be just like this. And then we can hit export and we can go ahead and save this as a vertical video. Now, you are free to repurpose this content, meaning if you post this as a short on YouTube, you're more than welcome to take this and also post it on TikTok, also post it on Instagram. It's not like you're limited as to how many times you can use this video and where you can place it. So think about repurposing it to vertical format, horizontal format, and then all of the different places you could actually put that content. If you'd like some help one-on-one on a Zoom call, I have the option to book a Zoom call. There's the link in the video description for that. There's also a free Google Doc with pretty much all the prompts and maybe some images and stuff too that you might need. And I do have a Facebook group as well, where every single week I'm sharing different tips, strategies, free prompts. Appreciate it if you left a comment, you subscribed, and maybe watch another one of the tutorials that I have around here. But otherwise, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Create something awesome. See you in the next one.